Hello everyone, I'm Ma'am Maribik Santos from Pasay City National High School, and I will be your teacher for today. Our lesson is all about neoclassicism and romanticism in the Philippines for their famous artworks. And this is for quarter 3, week 8. So, are you ready? Let's start. Neoclassicism and romanticism in Romantic period. And these are the sample of those paintings in Romantic period. How does neoclassicism relate to romanticism? Neoclassicism focused on universal truths, historical examples, and logic. Romanticism focused on the personal, subconscious, contemporary events. The Romantic saw a universe that was organic and grew in accord with acts of will. Human will and freedom were, for them, sacred, where the Enlightenment had held human reason and rationality in the highest regard. What is the difference between neoclassicism and romanticism? Any list of particular characteristics of the literature of romanticism includes subjectivity and emphasis on the individualism, spontaneity, freedom from rules, solitary life rather than life in society, the beliefs that imagination is superior to reason, and devotion to beauty, love, and worship of nature. Neoclassical painting usually features a linear style in which the outlines of objects are sharply defined, thanks to carefully controlled brush strokes, whereas Romantic painters tended to favor a painterly style in which freedom of colors takes precedence over sharply defined form. Brush strokes are less. So we have here the elements of arts. We have the values, inspiration, tone, subject, technique, role of art, composition, line, and texture. Under neoclassicism, their values is order, solemnity. For romanticism, we have the institution, emotion, and imagination. For the inspiration of neoclassicism, we have calm, rational, while romanticism is subjective, spontaneous, non-conformist. For the elements of tone, for under neoclassicism, Greek and Roman history, and romanticism is legend, exotica, nature, violence. Elements of is subject. In neoclassicism, we have Greek and Roman history, while in romanticism, they have legend, exotica, nature, and violence. For technique, in neoclassicism, stress drawing with lines, not color, no trace of brushstroke. While in romanticism, unrestrained, rich color, visible brushstrokes. Role of arts. In neoclassicism, they are morally uplifting, inspirational, while romanticism is dramatic, carry viewer away. For the composition, under neoclassicism is most figures is foreground, while romanticism use of diagonal crowded compositions. Another element is line. For neoclassicism is linear line style. Outlines are sharply defined through controlled brushstrokes, while romanticism, painterly style. Brushstrokes are less restrained. And the last one for elements is textures. Texture under neoclassicism, it is smooth, no brushstrokes can be seen, while in romanticism, often has visible brushstrokes. So it means there are a lot of difference of element under neoclassicism and romanticism. Let us discover Jean-Louis Theodore Géricault in 1791 to 1824. French Surrealistic School. His masterpieces were energetic, powerful, and brilliantly colored and tightly. Géricault was the first French master and the leader of compose. This is Jean-Louis Theodore Géricault of 1791 to 1824. Eugène Delacroix. Delacroix was considered the greatest French Romantic painter of all. He achieved brilliant visual effects using small adjacent strokes of contrasting color. He was the most influential to most romantic painters, and eventually his technique was adapted and extended by Impressionist artists. So this is Eugene Delacroix. For your activity, be inspired. Let's do it. Paint or sketch an illustration showing the ideas of neoclassical or romantic painting. Observe the usage and application of the elements of arts. So what are the materials needed? We have the Oslo paper, art, and coloring materials. And that ends our lesson for today. Did you understand it very well? If not, you may go back to the lesson presented in your module. If today's lessons is very clear to you, congratulations! You may now answer the exercises in your module. Good luck and enjoy. God bless and keep safe.